So the book I chose to do was called Little Brother by Cory Doctorow, and it was a novel about this boy named Marcus Yellow who's very smart for his age and has fun playing alternate reality games and hacking into the school system and just doing a lot of code crypting, very high tech hacking. And so one day he goes off into play a game. He skips school, and during the time at the location that he's at for the game, a bomb goes off at the bridge, and the Bay Area bridge. This is all set in California. Um, Collapse, and so him and three of his other friends are identified as terrorists because they were at the location when the bombing happened. So they're taken by Department of Homeland Security (DHS), and they are questioned multiple times, and they are tortured and basically stripped of all their rights, their constitutional rights, and held like hostages until they give them what they want. And so they are released, and they have to sign a little form saying that they will not say anything that went on during these questionings. And one of them gets left behind, and they are just left to think that he is dead, and they have no idea of what to do. And so once they're out in the real world, they are faced with this fear of telling anyone what happened because they fear what will happen to them, and fear there's this huge paranoia on Marcus that he is being watched all the time. And when he goes to his room, he sees that his laptop has been bugged, so therefore his suspicion is right in thinking that he is being watched. And so because of this bombing, there's like huge scare about terrorism and that the terrorists are everywhere, and so therefore security needs to be heightened, and privacy is no longer a priority. It's more everyone is secure, and therefore the DHS has any right to search you, track your transportation. If you use public transportation, they have a way of tracking. All this is set in like the far future of although we have some of that technology today, which is kind of scary to think about. Um, but basically, in the end, Marcus finds a way to use a hidden underground internet to to get a bunch of other hackers who disagree with what the DHS is doing, and basically jam them and make them back up their security procedures. And finally, Marcus is able to find information that points the finger at DHS and holds them accountable for what they did to a bunch of people who were innocent, um, but they still continue to torture. The DHS is shut down, and Marcus can finds his friend that was still captured, and they are set free, and they are being they're being put into question of their crimes. And the book interestingly ends with an afterword by Bruce Shiner, who we watched a video on, and he just basically talks about how we should look more around about the world around us, and how security is being used, and how we can manipulate it and see is it really being used properly to help us, or if it's just there so we can feel safe and not really think about how it's affecting us. So I thought that was really interesting that he kind of was like, do what the book did and just, you know, go for it and maybe hack into DHS if you want. But yeah, it was a really good read, and I highly recommend it to anyone who's interested in that kind of genre.